Hello my friends, and welcome back to a blind let's play of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. My name is FlightlessBird, this is Toby's Game Channel, and this is Turnabout Big Top Episode 4, and we are going back into the trial today. And all we got is theories. I don't know. We'll have to see which one of our theories actually pays dividends, shall we? December 30th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 5. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparking self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Tee. Oh, it's Regina. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina. How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today? Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess. He'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of a show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous! Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to you! Everybody, let's get ready to stuck in Limbo! How low can you go? Momo? Top of the morning to you, Governor. Top of the morning? That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max. How about your present? Here, have some milk. Why is everyone giving each other milk? Oh my, thanks. So, how are you today, right? Well, I got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. All I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is. I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you going to do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today, we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. He wants to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. I hope everyone's having a wonderfully fantastic day today. And, the start of Christmas week. Or if you're watching this in the future, the start of whatever week, or not the start of whatever week you're in. Or even, you know, Hanukkah, Easter, Thanksgiving, based on when you're watching this. Either way, for me right now, it's a great time of the year, and I'm gonna have a blast. I hope you guys do too. Regardless of what's going on in your life, I hope you know that you matter and you're important and you can live life to the fullest. Here we go. The court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Kermer. You may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or should I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order, I see. I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Yeah, exactly. We're off to a great start today. I always like to say, when the protagonists are on the same page, everything's gonna be great. Yeah, poor Gumshoe. Very well. Will they please call your witness to the stand? Time to get to work. Or shall I say, it's time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Look at all the birds. Will you present your name and occupation? Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I am employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you could see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 o'clock p.m., and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica, only I saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. Again, you only saw him from behind. You didn't see that it was actually him. Why is this so difficult? You don't have any actual evidence. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. Which, I don't know if it's a good thing or not. I mean, the clown is completely insane. But anyway. If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. Oh, that was low dots. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the defendant's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceeding? There's no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Alright, here we go. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 o'clock p.m. and I was resting in my bed. I wonder if we can press because we were told not to do this. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it anyway. You said that you were resting in bed? One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright. Sometimes it can make it hard to sleep.
Well, if that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea just to close the curtains?
Oh, the dots. What does a bird fly out to? What a building! I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains.
Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Oh!
The witness will proceed with his testimony. And don't worry, Judge, it's a rare idea. My science teacher in high school. Yes, my science teacher in high school used to say, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. So, yeah, I think that applies to the judge here. Hey, we didn't lose any health. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed? That is correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside? I was, indeed. Pressing Acro didn't seem to get results. But maybe something was contradictory in what he said just now. I have no idea. Let's try it. There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction?
Do I? I think this was a bad idea. 'Cause I don't see any evidence. I don't see any evidence that talks about how he couldn't have heard a loud noise. This is a dumb idea. This is a really dumb idea. The only thing I can think of that would work would be the map. Although I don't know how the map would help in this.
What in the world is this? Oh!
You just don't get it, do you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What don't I get? You're not going to be able to get through this one with the usual bluff routine. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again. Straight towards a guilty verdict.
You were bluffing? I will not forgive any more mockeries made in this court.
Whoops. Witness, would you mind repeating your testimony? Certainly. Well, at least I didn't lose any health. That's a first. What was the other one? This one. I heard a loud thump. Just after 10 o'clock. I heard a large thump. But doesn't this say it was 10:15? Although, just after 10 o'clock, isn't that 10:15? I'm gonna circle back to that in a bit. Let me first round out the pressing, because that may not be it. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only to the truth, just as if you were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Dang it, I just strengthened his testimony. I wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts. There's nothing wrong with this.
What's the matter, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly. How the dots? It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside the window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
Did you see any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I thought the hat was left behind. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press on, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there's something fishy. Let's say there's a contradiction here. I wanna try the hat. Yes, I know. Present evidence. The hat. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. Well, that's a shame because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? No, it's not. I'm afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max Silk's hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats?
No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model that was made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Alright, we got something here. That's a start.
Order, I say, order!
As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth and now I had to go back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
He's the real culprit. I don't have evidence to support this. I don't have evidence to support this. I don't have evidence to support this. I mean, this is the most logical. Thing is, I want to say this, but I don't know if it's true. But maybe if we say this, it'll cause him to say something that we need to show. I know as soon as I say this, I'm going to say, where's the proof that he actually did it? And we don't have that proof. You know what they say, no guts, no glory. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. We get the cool music at least. On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry.
Mr. Wright, are you, serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor. Ha 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 ha! I think your trips to circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience hearts and minds. All the dots? Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd of circumeers is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to be almost scary. Well, he's used to that. Why is there a bird pecking at my head? What is going on here? Oh, that's so good. I love that. That is amazing. He is staying rather calm and collected.
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
Oh, that's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things.
See? Even a severe common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
She's right! Why to pick on the disabled, you heartless cool man? Biggs is a poopy head. Poopy head? Where did that come from? Is that Regina?
See that, Mr. Phoenix, right? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough for this little game. I've got the doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand on his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Well, Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
I want to say he did. And I want to say his accomplice is Regina. But at the same time, he doesn't need an accomplice. He could have easily worked his way to the window with his immense upper body strength. But how did he get the ringmaster to come where he was? The only way he could have gotten the ringmaster to come where he was is if he had someone lure the ringmaster there, which is the note that was on Regina. Alright, so my gut says to say he had an accomplice and blame Regina for planting the note. My brain says don't listen to your gut because you're always wrong when you listen to your gut, and say he's just sitting on his own with his upper body strength. Go with your first instinct. It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, it's natural for one to consider possible accomplices.
You don't say.
Not good, not good. I told you every time I listen to every single time I listen to that voice in my head, I'm always wrong. This isn't going to end well.
Don't tell me you think you're getting off that easy.
What?
You must not have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes.
Mr. Wright, it seems as if you won't be stopping at Acro, but will be making other accusations. If Acro did not have an accomplice, things are not looking good for you.
I understand, Your Honor. Gulp.
Very well, let's continue. Who per chance would happen to be Acro's accomplice?
Regina.
You don't say.
Uh-oh. This is suddenly looking very, very bad.
Don't tell me you think you're going to get off that easy.
What?
Oh, did you hear that?
Wait, she's saying the same thing again. Oh, this is not good. Foundation, yes, Mr. Wright. Oh, they just... I'm sorry, I just skipped that line because the dialogue was exactly the same. But the dialogue wasn't exactly the same. I don't know what's going on in those guys anymore. Do you have any proof that the person you accused was indeed an accomplice? Yes, we have the note.
Oh, the notes. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, I'm just gonna keep playing these all the way through because I have no idea if it's similar or not. Because I swear that last line of text was exactly the same except for like the last two speech bubbles.
This piece of evidence is lacking in persuasive power.
You didn't miss that sound, did you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You know, the sound of you receiving a penalty.
Erg. What are you doing, Nick?
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did he have an accomplice?
I don't know anymore. Like, I feel like he had an accomplice and it was Regina and she used a note. But if that's not true, then maybe I should go with my other idea, which is that he just uses upper body strength.
Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Wait, did I just say no he didn't? Not this time, Von Karma.
What?
You're not going to sucker me into this one. Oh, that whole thing was a trap! Oh, this game is too clever. So by having all those options, the game is making you think that this is the right way to go. When in fact, it never was the right way to go, and it was just a giant trap. Ah ha ha ha. This game is too good. I swear this game is so good.
What are you blabbing about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed the murder all by himself.
Order, I say. What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on your toes, Nick.
Now I'm going to have to prove it all fits together. I had to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do. Can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is a killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling?
He was here, in his room. He was obviously here the entire time.
Well, that's Acro's room.
Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
What? Are you nuts?
What say you, Mr. Dingling?
All the dots. It is an interesting theory. All the dots? That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
You've got a point. No, that's not true.
It seems you forgot to once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime.
That's true. I could have been just a fake. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? Yeah, that could just be a mannequin on strings that he's like puppeting. Puppeting. Wait a second. Is the true murderer Mo? Not Mo. I'm sorry, Ben. Is the true murderer Ben? Because puppeting, ventriloquism, puppets. I mean, could that have worked? And he knows that if he... No, Mo's not the murderer. Because he wanted Regina to see this. There's no way Mo could be the murderer. But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of the legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. I gotta give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it.
Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright.
I want to present the box. But I don't know if that's sufficient evidence. Oh, we can save right now. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and save and we'll present the box. I'm going to present some evidence.
So, what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of murder against Fustleberry?
Use the box.
Oh, the darts.
Oh, the dots.
Oh, the chirping dots. Okay. I guess that wasn't it. I love her face.
I think you should try again especially before someone gets a chance to say something.
Yeah, you're probably right. So I was saying, this piece of evidence.
Stop, wait, I see. Before you start over, you must be penalized.
Ah! Alright, that wasn't it. Alright, let's say we don't have any evidence right now.
I think we'll finally be graced with an explanation.
Don't push it, Von Karma.
What?
You aren't gonna suck me in this time. I'm smart enough to know when I don't have the cards to play, and my hand sucks right now.
Oh, the dust. Did you just say that out loud? What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
He means that everything he said up to now has been nonsense. It's true, right? If you can't establish proof of your murder theory, then this is nonsense. He's trying to fool us by playing some misdirection game.
Really? Really? Looks like he's going to pass muster. Nick, you gotta show him some evidence. Easier said than done. So there is evidence I'm supposed to present? What is the evidence to murder Russell Berry if it wasn't the box? Could it be the bronze statue?
What's that, a picture?
It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. It was the bust. Oh. But my theory was the bust was in the box, so I had to present the box because the box was dropped on him. But what if the box isn't the murder weapon? What if he was just carrying the box and he dropped the bust on him and that's why he slipped over onto the box? What if I was thinking this the wrong way?
The bust?
It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-sized, it is also very, very heavy.
Heavy?
Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window.
Ha!
But how did he get it up into his room? All the dots. See, this is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. I'm just gonna let that... Yeah, I'm just gonna skip over that.
Order, I say, order! So, you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster?
It's a rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
How could he possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust.
Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges?
Well,
Acro's at a loss for words.
actually, that's how Acro's been the whole time. He should be. He knows I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can't run away from the— Ow!
I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony you say.
Von Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to solve for time. There is absolutely no need for such testimony.
The defense has its version of the matter. The prosecution has the right to respond.
The defense's objection is overruled.
Why can't he see things my way once in a while? No respect.
Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's be respectful towards him.
Thank you. Arrgh. That one will sink to any load and win a case. Alright. Acro's physical state. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him. Don't you think? Not unrealistic, it's just nothing stuck out at me in that run through.
I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
Well, that's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
My opinion on the matter is that he created a mannequin of sorts. He roped the mannequin down, and the ringmaster stopped to talk to the mannequin, which gave him time to drop the bust. But how do I prove that? All the dots. I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
He is simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. Acro's physical state, cross-examination. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. Have you ever lifted up the bust before? No, I've never actually lifted it up with my own two hands. But I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this. Money? That crazy monkey has lifted Max's bust before? Hold the dots. Is that how the bust ended up in his room?
Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dingling.
I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. So what have you been doing to keep in shape? Well, honestly, I've given up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope. You don't say. But, no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything.
Neither am I, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke. Nick.
Why is everyone getting up on me? Whoa, whoa, whoa. How is discussion turned to me all of a sudden? I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the average bear. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet.
So you couldn't have thrown that bust out of the window?
There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. How long do you think your recovery will take? You had to remember that my nerves were severely damaged. I am currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation. But it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%.
Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, You will not be able to see out below the window.
That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window? Thus, there is no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you got a point. Hey, Nick? Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe you think of it sort of like this. If you knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. Well, that does make sense. If only I could prove somehow that Acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. All the dots. I think I've already explained things sufficiently. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? If all he had to do was drop it, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all. If all I had to do was drop it, you're right. I could have done that. However, there is no way that I could land a direct hit on the ringmaster's head.
So that kind of makes the theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright?
What? Whoa. What if the box was on the ground and the ringmaster walked over to the box and stopped in front of the box, and that distraction allowed him to line up the shot? Could that have worked? Acro is strong enough to lift up the bust. The main problem is how he could have aimed for the ringmaster's head. I wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the ringmaster. That's the ticket, Nick. Show them what you got. I have to be careful. I have to find something that fits perfectly with the case. I don't remember us finding any sort of tool. But maybe we overlooked something. It's gotta be this one. It's just the question is, how is it this one? This makes it possible for me to know the location of the ringmaster's head. What if he sneezed? What if the box had the pepper in it? The ringmaster went over, picked up the box, opened the box, and found the pepper, and he sneezed because of the pepper. I don't think that's it. They aren't, are they? No. Alright, that's not it. Okay, let's go with the box, because that would be my second thought. Actually, it was my first thought. I should have gone with my first thought. Ugh. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add.
You're silly hinting at things. It's pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence?
But I did such a good job hinting.
Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright.
Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box.
The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over?
The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime.
I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense.
The moment that the bus came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
You mean?
If the bus would have fallen upon the point marked out by the wooden box,
There'd be no way that could miss the head of the victim.
No.
That's a little bit convenient, I will say. But it is plausible.
Order, I say, there will be order. This is unbelievable.
Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here forward. Because here's the thing. How would he know I'm trying to think of, logically speaking, how would he know the exact direction that the ringmaster took to go to where he was? But in reality, oh, that would make perfect sense though. No, that would make perfect sense. He could look out the window, see the direction that it was coming, and then ready the bust. And as soon as he heard him pick up the box, throw the thing out where he was standing. That actually makes perfect sense. No. I take back what I said earlier. That is actually perfectly plausible.
So the next question I have is, who placed the wooden box at the scene?
It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow!
Allow me to whip some sense into you.
Ow!
Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Ow! Stop whipping me, you crazy woman!
The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box.
That's why the box was so specially made.
Specially made?
Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. Really? Really? So was the size of the box the same size as the bust? Or was it the contents? The fact there was pepper inside. And then he sneezed, and then he heard the sneeze, and that's when he knew to drop it. The box was a remarkable size.
Size?
Exactly. I think you can tell from the picture that the wooden box was very large. To lift it up, one would have been required to squat.
Meaning that one would have had to have taken it up in both arms, right?
Oh! That makes even more sense. As it was so big, he squatted down where the box was to pick it up. I got it now. So it didn't matter which direction the ringmaster was coming from. Because the answer is, when he squatted to pick up the box, his head was where the box was, which allowed for the drop zone to happen. Oh, that's really clever. It's funny, I think something is just a coincidence, and then 10 minutes later I'm like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. Moreover, the box is quite heavy. It weighs in the neighborhood of 20 pounds. Still don't understand what the pepper is.
The box had carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place.
Fool!
Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? Yeah, I was expecting a freak out or something. This guy is cool as a cucumber. I've heard what you've had to say. All the exclamative dots? I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you do it? Did you place his wooden box in the plaza?
Mr. Wright may have had a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? I remember. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria.
Then what happened to it?
I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself.
Ah, that means...
You understand what I mean, don't you? Yeah, this is the question we had earlier. I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room? Is it because of money?
You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice.
Arg!
Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria.
Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all.
Alright, Mr. Wright, let me hear your explanation.
I'm gonna save first.
How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room?
Because of the monkey.
A monkey?
Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist's ring.
So, how you see the witness and a monkey steal the bust?
He didn't steal the bust. Yeah, he just did it naturally. Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home.
Oh, the double exclamative dots. Home?
Money lives in Acro's room.
Acro's room?
But the bust was Bon's, wasn't it? Bon's isn't all that shiny.
Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. It's very shiny.
Those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. Oh, the dots. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
Order, order, I said order. Miss Von Karma. Where's the bust in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
That is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then?
Well, in that event, something else would have been used as a murder weapon.
Wait.
Then you mean this bus was a murder weapon? Purely by accident? Oh, it's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Oh, the dots. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was a murderer.
Mon!
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy, however. His argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Oh!
Don't seem so flamboozled. Especially about this fraud of an attorney.
Fraud?
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And what is that?
You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime.
Ah!
There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
Oh, that's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn the trial around.
When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw?
I want to say a mannequin. But... I want to say it was a mannequin, but how do I say that? I don't seem to have any evidence of that. I don't know. I don't know. Was it his brother? He's still in a coma now. Well, who else could it have been?
What is this supposed to mean?
Yes, what is that supposed to mean?
Do you mind explaining that to me as well?
You're getting embarrassed with questions, Nick.
Why is that?
It's because you're on the wrong track.
Oh, dear God. Alright, I will say this. I've been going for over 50 minutes, so almost at an hour. And I was thinking that this case would end soon. But we still haven't addressed Leon. And I have a feeling that there's still more to this trial. So I'm going to do... I'm gonna go ahead and put a pause here. And we'll come back to this with a fresh mind tomorrow. I'm gonna try to think of who they saw outside the window, because at the moment I have no idea at all in any way or fashion. All right, well, this has been a lot of fun. I love you guys so very much. Thank you for everything, and until next time, so long. And take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you would like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more. Also, please do not forget, you matter. You are brilliant and you are loved. And you should always remember to be true to yourself. Don't let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly feathered flightless bird. Till next time.